it was hard, baby. It was hard. I couldn't pay my rent for a couple of minutes there. I had to depend on my boyfriend, which I hate. I hate depending on
because
men.
now you're under someone's mercy. They can manipulate
and
you.
Someone's
the way.
control.
Yes.
You know?
You've released your life to this person.
To them, yeah. So
and if they're not good people,
they can take advantage.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was really hard. It was hard. Sana. That's what I can say.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Asin Show. My name is Chepto Ekboyo, and today I am so excited. We have one of the top actresses in the country. Her name is Minne Kariuki. She's an actress, a TV host, and businesswoman.
Yes, entrepreneur.
Karibu kwa show mrembo.
Asante sana, babe.
And I love the effort of dressing and makeup. Yani, I've never seen you umechapa. For real.
Listen, I have to show up looking right. It's nice. My image, you know, I'm looking out for. So, yes, always a pleasure.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Happy to host you today.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Your place is beautiful, girl.
Thank you.
Like I was telling you earlier, back then when we were starting to act, and you remember Kenti, when Kenti was Kenti, right?
Yes.
We used to see you around there. Did you do theater?
I was actually acting, but not theater.
Okay.
Yes. Because I was dating someone who was always in theater.
We know.
So
hence, you used to be around there.
I used to be around
somewhere.
also.
Yes. And we'll come out to party stress. This woman we just look up to you like, God, look at Boyo, your fierceness, your confidence. You gave us all that.
Thank
and
you.
We really looked up to you and still do. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Karibu. Sasa, let's ongea acting business.
Okay.
Guys saw you first, kabisa, this successful actress on Tabasamu.
Yes, that was like 13 years ago. Oh, I was so young.
A decade plus.
I know.
Years
I was
ago.
so young. Acting has been a passion of mine from the longest. Of course, in high school, I was in drama school. And I came to realize I can actually make a living out of acting.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll come out of my mom's house. I'll do my thing. So for me, it was really passion, and also, hey, if I can make some coins, why not?
So this is from primary school leading to high school and college. You knew this is something
I want to
pursue.
Yes, it's something I loved. There's so much freedom in acting, so much expression, and definitely, I was at home. I was at home, and I was on the screen. When I saw a camera, I'm so confident, like, hey, you know. I knew this is what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Ebu, give us a short background about yourself.
In terms of where I was raised? Or?
Yes, growing up.
Okay.
Schools you attended. So that those guys in those schools are like, hey, by the way, she was in this school.
Okay. So I grew up in Kariobangi. That was, I was born in June 1st, 1990. I'm turning 32 this year. Went to primary school, Nairobi Primary School.
Okay.
All the Pacherians, hey! I did drama there, a lot of drama actually. Then I went to a high school called Danana High School. It's in Athi River.
Okay, never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it. It was a private school. It was awesome. Did well there. Went to UON, pursued arts. But now I really wanted to be a lawyer. So bad. But then I just ended up doing communication. I majored in communication and sociology. So that's my background. Yes.
A very cool one.
I was actually a very cool kid growing up. I wasn't troublesome, was I? No. No, okay, I just, in high school, in high school.
You know, the hormones,
yes.
and then you're growing.
Ooh, about that, yeah. But I think I was so focused from the get-go. For me, I think it's just how I was brought up. There was no time to slack and play around.
Yeah.
My mom was like, hey, school fees kutafuta ni shida
sana.
Usitupatie stress, please. Grow up right. So for me, I think just being focused from get-go. And even now, like, you don't want to play with your life, and I fear failure.
Me too. That's my biggest fear. Like, top 3, I think number 2 or 1, it keeps on fluctuating depending on the time.
You don't want to fail. You don't want to be a failure. And we are mothers now. There's so much responsibility.
Yeah. And also the effort that our parents put into you, like my dad was key in get your education, sort out your life, and then you're good.
Yes.
Your marriage ilikujanga uko third. last uko like get your education, be independent, and then now find a husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far. Then you got Tabasamu. Ebu, tell us how you got that particular role.
Okay, interesting enough, I was not to be a main act kwa Tabasamu. What happened? They needed an extra for a model scene. Karaoke Figure wanted some models. He had a modeling agency, so he needed some models. So I was called as an extra. And ilikuwa ile ya asubuhi, iyo unaweza kuja play extra. I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. So I went, I did my part. The executive producers were there. That was Kimaita and Kiseu. And I think I did that scene so well, because now it's just being at the right place at the right time. Because they needed a main act, because Vina, who was being played by, I can't remember her name, some Khalid Sheikh, very talented.
The one who went to the Waridi.
Yes, Waridi.
Yes.
So now they wanted a replacement for her, because they couldn't cut Bivina because she was one of the main acts.
Yeah.
So I did my thing, went home, I got my pay. Extras are paid per day. I went home, and I was done with that. Yeah. So I get a phone call from Kimaita. And he tells me, oh, please come to the office. This was like the next day in the morning. Please come to our offices. Wow. We'd like to talk to you.
On Mombasa Road.
Which is Mombasa Road, just upper. What's the name? Can't remember. Vision Plaza. Yes. I go. It looked like a very formal meeting, because it was Kiseu, Kimaita, and our producer. And they were like, yeah, we really liked what you did. Actually, when you were acting, we were just crossing our fingers and like, we've gotten Vivina. Oh, she plays so well. And immediately after that, I was negotiating my contract pay, nini. Then after 2 days, I'm on set, I'm shooting. Bam! And that's how I landed with Vina, I swear.
Damn, that is God's grace.
It is, being at the right time at the right place.
Then the show was cancelled after running.
4 years.
After 4 years, it was cancelled. How was that period for you?
Oh, my God. Let me just be vulnerable in a way and say hard.
Please be.
It was so hard. I started acting when I was very young, when I was 18. And so the show was cancelled when I was about 23, 22.
Yeah.
And, you're just getting your wings. You're just understanding yourself. You're coming to terms with what do I want with this life. And this is something that has given me so much comfort.
This is actually your first big job.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've just been sustaining my life through this, I was doing my degree then, I was paying my fees, my rent, I was supporting mom, things were not good at home. So you're the one, everybody's depending on you. Yeah. And here you are, you've been fired.
And you're jobless, and it's abrupt.
And you had no plan B. Right now we know having multiple streams of income is very important.
Even those who did not know, Corona has showed them things.
Ooh, yes,
that loyalty is no longer a factor.
It's not. So no plan B. Boy, I remember when I just went home. I cried. I think I cried the whole night. And I've never been someone who like takes out their anger or stress through alcohol. For me, it's just crying. And I don't like pity, so I don't like wallowing on someone's shoulder. Oh, come help.
You're like me. I only cry in the shower and in the bed.
We are gangster like that. It's being gangster. So it was hard, baby. It was hard. I couldn't pay my rent for a couple of minutes there. I had to depend on my boyfriend, which I hate. I hate depending on
because
men.
Now you're under someone's mercy. They can manipulate
and
you
someone's control.
Yes. You've released your life to this person.
To them, yeah. So
and if they're not good people,
they can take advantage. Yeah. Yes. So it was really hard. It was hard. Sana. That's what I can say.
Then I saw on social media, Minne kwa construction site. So how did you transition from this traumatic bad period to now being a businesswoman?
Okay. So just going through that and all that, my mom used to work there. She was an agent at the construction site. Okay. So it's an Indian who owns a quarry, and he has ballast which he sells, but he sells through agents. Now my mom was an agent then, so I just got thinking, why don't I just do business? Let me just do business. So I decided. I just sat down to my boyfriend then, my husband now, was like,
big up to him.
Yeah,
you're very loyal.
he was, and what he told me was, why don't you? He's a businessman. He's always been. He's like, why don't you just try business? What do you think you can do? What do you think you're natural at? I'm like, I'm very good at marketing, but I don't want to have a shop and sell clothes.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to do anything mediocre. So I told him, mom is in construction. Let her mentor me for some time, then understand what I want to do until I get on my feet kidogo. So my mom was going into mainstream construction. She had bought her lorries, and now she was leaving being an agent there at the quarry. So she told me, why don't you just come and do it? So yeah, I thought, well, okay. But she told me I cannot introduce you to Praveen because he wouldn't want that, right? So you just have to go find him for yourself, sort out, do your thing. So I literally stalked this Praveen guy for a whole.
So he's the owner of the ballast.
Yes, his office is at Westlands. So I stalked him for a minute, and I just gained the courage. I went to his office, introduced myself. Have you ever introduced yourself with pity and tears, and you're like, please, yani usiponihurumia sina mbele wala nyuma. You're my last
resort. Yani yes. You are the.
Yes. So we had that conversation with him, and let me tell you, favor just found me because I didn't even have any background story in construction, nothing. Like, I'm just here doing me and explaining myself to this old man. And he told me, I look at you and I see my daughter.
Yeah.
And I just listen, for the fact that you're very confident and bold enough to walk into my office, I can see your resilience. I can see you really want this. Yeah. Fanya hivi. I even sell this ballast at 800 per ton. I'll sell to you at 700. Know your markup. He told me, know the markup, know the industry, market yourself, and trust me, you'll do very well. And I had a 5-year plan. For real, I did. And I was about 23. I was like, I want to get married at 27. And by the time I'm getting married, I want to have my own things. Because my boyfriend is very entrepreneurial, and he believes in investing. So he had his own things going.
Yeah.
And I looked up to him so much because of that. So I knew this is something I want. And by the time I'm 27, by the time I'm getting married, I'll have my own things, my own lorry, my own.
I'll be secure.
I'll be secure. So yeah, then I got into that. I had a small car, a Vitz, a Kadudu. We used to call her Alice. Rest in peace, Alice. So gosh, from the main road, from Lolongo to now the quarry itself, it's like 10 kilometers. Going with your Kadudu there,
it's not a terrain for the Kadudu. No.
You'll be changing your shocks every 2 days. Actually, it was hard. But I had to do it, boy. There was no other way. Yeah. So going into construction was something I found. It was something I found along the way.
Yeah.
It's not something, my dad was also in construction. He was a contractor. My mom got into it because I think my dad left it for her. Then I just thought, well, why don't I just do this? It wasn't something that I inherited, because my mom told me, you have to go see Praveen for yourself.
So this was learning from the job.
Yes. Yes, learning from the job. So it's something I just found along the way. We fell in love with each other. Yani tulipatana tu. But it was hard. It was quite murky. The first 3 months I had no clientele. I have my ballast, my heap of ballast. Tunaangaliana tu like sasa mambo.
Because you imagine the amount of money you
It is, but it's very capital intensive. It is.
And then 3 months, nothing. Your car savings drained.
Yeah. So what happened, the first 3 months, my boyfriend used to look at me every time he calls me like, lo kumendaji, sijauza kitu, lakini kuna mtu alikuja akasema atanunua. Aya. So after the 3 months, imagine he just kept giving me hope.
Yeah.
Like, babe, mimi najua tu utafanya.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen. Why don't you just find a way of marketing yourself? Going and walking into those bars in Mlolongo. Mlolongo has so many bars, eh?
So many.
And that's where the drivers are. Yeah, because they're the ones who drive the lorries and they're the ones who give you business. So you have to go and market to them. So I got this nice guy, he's called Wambua. He's in a union with the drivers. I got to have a sit down with them. I told them I'll give them 20% discount on a ton per lorry. And that's just how I got my clientele.
And Wambua opened the floodgates.
He did. Mpaka wa leo. Right now, I needed something to be done at my mom's house. Alikuja haraka sana akaniambia, yani ni wewe tulikupata ukiwa 1GB, sahi unakaa uko sawa. So he really believed in me, and it's hard. Starting a business, you need grace
and major support. Guys who can cheer you even if you're doing negative.
Yeah, and also if they don't cheer you, cheer yourself.
Yes.
Cheer yourself.
So you need a mindset
that
you just see the future and not the now.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, like I'm telling you, doing this and whatever you're doing, it's just, you need to be your own motivation.
Yes. There are some days I hate doing this.
Exactly.
But then I look and this is what I love. And I just wake up and I keep on pushing.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm used to going on set. And on set, you wake up at 4 and, go to work and all that. But you go to work and there's the luxury of munipake makeup, munifanye,
everything is taken care of.
Yes. Now here, I wake up at 2 because I need to be there at 3 at the quarry. So you have to sleep early, wake up very early, go to the craters and the valleys of Mlolongo Kware because it's not Samako.
You cannot work from home. You just have to be there.
Yeah, you have to go to work. Hey, waking up early. There's no office. My office was a tree.
Wow.
Yeah, my office was a tree. There's no luxury of lipstick, makeup, foundation. But you have to forget that.
So everything is just basic.
Yeah, basic. Uko kwa forest up.
But guys don't even judge you there.
No, they don't even care. Please. Because they used to ask me, we mrembo, unafanya nini hapa? Unafaa uko una model. I was like, unafanya nini hapa? Kenya unafanya ndo mimi nafanya. Jua kali. And I mean, come on. And then things opened up for me. So it was just believing in myself. Yeah, and chasing my dreams again. Yeah.
So currently, approximately how many lorries are you dealing with?
No, that's another story.
Oh,
where?
Okay.
So the road got so bad, and I remember even the county started making the road, so there was no business because lorries had a hard time getting to us.
Yeah.
So biashara ikaribika kidogo, but I thank God for me, my husband. Huyu mwanaume sijui ndamfanya nini. So one time he introduced me to his friend. He's called Robert. Yeah, I think that's his first name. So he was supplying petroleum to some Indians.
Okay.
These Indians are called big time contractors. So he told me, why don't I introduce you to Robert, because these guys do construction and maybe you could be supplying for them. So he took me to the office, and that time, but then he was in such a hurry. I need to get to my business, please. I went there. I met this Indian guy. He was the MD then. And I introduced myself, and he told me, so we'd like some stones. And if you don't mind, you could supply us with stones. And I was like, yeah, I could. And they told me, what's your capacity like? I was like 100,000 pieces of stones. I was like, beautiful. So you own a quarry? I was like, yes, I do. I own a quarry. I lied through my teeth. And it was like, so you own the quarry? I was like, no, it's my dad.
Yeah. So
I had to lie. Because these old Indians, they don't believe in youths owning like
No,
businesses.
yeah.
They don't. So I had to put my dad somewhere there. Rest in peace, Daddy, but he helped me there. So I lied about that, and immediately, like, he just told me, go to procurement, get yourself an LPO.
Damn.
Immediately, like, like in 2 minutes. Wow. I had an LPO of thousands and thousands of stones. And in like a week or two, I had to supply. So you see, you're coming from grace to grace because you started this quarry thing. You're an agent there. Then ikaribika tena. Now you're wondering, okay, now with this other loophole, what am I going to do? Then immediately I bump into these other Indians.
Yeah.
My God, if you just start with God and believing in yourself, everything just works out.
Yeah.
Everything works out. So I got myself an LPO, then I got into the corporate world. I didn't even have a business name.
A business, registered
business. No, I didn't. So when I got into the car, my husband was like, ushapata LPO. Kwani umewambia nini? Kambia, akuna menipatia tu LPO, ameniambia tu supply. Like, mine umedu. Like, nothing. So don't lose havia. Then in the car, when we're driving we're driving back to his office, then that's when we came up with my business company name. And we registered it through a phone call. Like, tunaitaka kama Friday. Because now
no payment will come in unless you have
it. They wrote an LPO with my name, Minne Kariuki. And they told me, ukianza kusupply, lazima urudishe LPO to change jina kama una jina ya kampuni. I was like, it's okay, I'll do that. And yes, so yeah. That's just me.
So
that's
far,
in a
so
nutshell.
good.
Yes.
Hey, quite a journey. And then I saw you're back to acting on My Empress, playing the role of Crystal.
Yes.
Why was this the right project for you to come back on screen?
Okay. So, like I told you, I have a whole story. So business went very well. And there's a time construction, the Chinese took over. I think we just didn't see it coming. Yeah, we just didn't see it coming because they are coming with all these cheap costings for road works and building works, and now government wants to work with Chinese because I mean, if you're given a cheaper offer,
why would I go for this expensive?
Yeah, why would we go to local contractors and they're a bit expensive? So when the Chinese came, immediately I got my corporate job with these other Indians. I bought myself a lorry and another one. And business was going very well. So the Chinese came, and now I'm a subcontractor because the Indians are the main contractors for the government. Yes. Then we are called subcontractors because we get to supply the ballast and everything, and they're the other aggregates. So the Chinese came, and they're lacking business. They're not in business anymore. These big projects, China, whoever are taking over,
have the big contracts.
Yes. So it really it was a ripple effect to us. Yeah.
Because if the boss doesn't have contracts, then you don't have the job. Are you
supplying? Yeah. So I had taken loans to take my lorries.
Pole mine. Hii jani yako.
Mimi naambianga mtu ukisinya biashara unafaa kuwa na shock absorbers. Nikachukua I took those. The one lorry was off cash. Then the other one was a big loan where
because you saw the future and the possibility of clearing
and
this loan very fast.
And everything was going on so well. The trajectory was good for like another 10 years. But where the Chinese did that thing, the way curveball inakupiga hivi, where handball ilikuwa, it's like how COVID did us, you know. You just don't see these things coming. You don't. Yeah. So well, I had not saved enough. Yeah, and okay, so it really affected me. I got auctioned. Sip my tea.
Pole sana. So they auctioned stuff in your house?
They auctioned the lorry. So you take the loan against the asset, which is the lorry.
Okay.
So they auctioned the lorry. And I was 6 months pregnant then.
That stress level.
Yeah. So what happened is, I'm not paying my loan on time, and they keep calling you. So one time my mom was at my house, and they kept calling, and she was like, "Mama, why are you stressed?" I was like, "Nothing, niko poa." Akachukua simu. "Hello? Nani huyu unapigia mtoto wangu? Ujui ako na mimba?" So I didn't want my mom to know. So she got to know, and she just sat me down and she told me, "Let it go."
Yes. Like ukishafika mwisho ya kitu.
Yes.
Like you've done your whatever, just release
Let it go. And she told me, for the sake of your child, right now, you're becoming a mom. You need all the peace you need right now. Let that business go. Things are not going so well. She understood the market. Chinese wameharibu kiwanja, wachana nayo. So I just let it go. I was auctioned. I was fine. 3 months later, I became a mother to a beautiful young girl who, she's growing up so well, and I love her. So yeah, it was just going through. It was journeying with my business, and I'm okay now. I'm fine. Yes.
But now you're tougher.
I'm tougher.
And now you know what not to take when like this deal. This is not gonna work for me.
Yes, you have to look at it 10 years later.
Yeah.
So I'm
my empress.
I'm a mother now, and you know what? I knew I want to raise my child single-handedly, and I didn't want to mix it with business, because our business, by the way, you don't have time to be home all the time, because you're always on site. Lori imefanya sijui nini wapi, you need to go. So 2 years in, and now the urge, once you're independent, the urge just starts trickling in. You're like, listen, okay, now I need to do something with my life.
Yeah.
And I just went back to my first love, which was acting. I remember going for auditions for my Empress, and for me, it was, do I want this? Do I not? Do I want this? Do I not? But I just decided, let me just, because my husband was like, okay, since now with business, we have to pick up from where we left off, and where we need a lot of capital.
Yeah.
Just do what you want to do. And I was like, let me just go and do acting, because I'm really passionate about it. So I went and auditioned for my Empress. It was beautiful. I auditioned for the role Tasha, by the way. Yes. I was not to be Crystal. No, I auditioned for Tasha. Then when we went signing in our contracts, they're like, listen, we think you can be so good for Crystal.
Yeah.
We saw so much divaness in you on your audition tape, and
Tasha is nowhere.
She's such a geek. You can't be that. So that's why I landed my role as Crystal on my Empress.
Nice. Let's talk about now this particular role. You have played a lot of slay queen roles, from Tabasamu to Crystal on Tasha, and now the big billboard everywhere.
Single Kiasi.
Single Kiasi.
Oh, I love this project. I love it.
Do you think being typecasted as a slay queen, is it helping your career, or is it sabotaging it?
I don't think I have an answer to that, because, well, yes, being typecast is very dangerous at some point, because you don't get to explore your artistic side, because you're just going to play a slay queen forever. It's not so good. Okay. That's like being on a safe zone. But do I mind it? No, I don't. Right? Yeah. Because I say this. The slay queen role I play is a story I think I want to tell.
Okay.
We are in the modern world of slay queens and socialites. Yeah. And our young girls are really looking up to socialites, but we don't really tell the real story of what they go through. Yeah,
which is hardly real.
Yes, it's fake.
It is too fake.
It's too fake. And so for me, that's why I'm saying I don't mind playing this role, is because I'm getting to tell this story of a socialite called Mariah, who is living a fake life. Yeah. Who just, her world revolves around mubabas. And if the mubaba lets go,
you're done.
You are completely done. And so I think just playing this role and telling these stories is good for those young girls to realize you need to be independent. You need to have something of your own. Do not rely on these men. Yeah. You cannot be waking up and breakfast is upon his wallet. If you need to go to Diana, it's what he decides. What you eat.
When he decides, and
what
how
you do exactly, and how you do it is upon that mubaba. That's not right. And for me, it's telling that story. And well, I don't mind it. Is it a curveball for me as an actor? It is, because I want to play leadership roles. Yeah. I want to play motherly roles.
Even the geeky role that you auditioned for.
Yes, I would want to. So let's see what the future holds. Yeah. And well, if another slay queen role comes
agents, please.
Geeky leadership, mother, friend, supportive friend, I don't know, wife, please. Looking forward.
Let's talk Single Kiasi. Billboards, as we said, everywhere.
We are everywhere. Yeah.
What's the feedback so far?
100% positive. We have been number 1 on Showmax Trending, Showmax Kenya, for the last 5 weeks.
Yes, since the premiere.
Yeah, we've been number 1. So let me tell you why, and let me tell you what our audience. So our audience are a lot. Okay, I can say 70% of our audience are married men. Yes.
So they're watching this themselves.
By themselves. So what they do, they wait for their wives to go and sleep, and they're secretly watching. So shout out to all married men watching Single Kiasi. And also we have a good percentage of women who really relate to each and every character.
Yeah.
We have a woman, Cynthia May, the character played by Gadoni. She is a woman who, the modern woman. Akiboyo, this story makes my stomach tremble. Why? Because I have a friend who was in a marriage like this. Actually, my best friend. You're in a marriage with someone who you really love.
Yeah.
You wake up one morning together. Everything is fine, and in the afternoon, he's wedding another woman.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. And this is
like
a story.
Second wife, or the other woman knows they're the first and the only.
You do not know another woman has ever been existing. And that other woman is in Ushago and has kids of her own, and now you need to marry her because, again, you're very infertile. And this is an issue your husband has never expressed. He's never told you, I have plan B somewhere if you don't give me kids by this age.
Oh, no.
Yes, and this is a story that a lot of women in Nairobi are going through right now. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We have Becca, who is in a marriage and everything is going, boom, 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 boom. There's so many the road is bumpy. And your husband, Hana Kazi, COVID happened. And he gets himself a sugar mommy.
To finance your lifestyle.
Imagine, to finance you and to finance your children. And then you come. Yani, listen, this is real life Kanairo. We are giving you real life Kanairo.
The big bedroom manenos.
Yes, everything. And we are not letting, even those sexy scenes, we are giving it to you. We are not censoring anything, but the PG-18 to all parents. Please.
You've just talked about the sex scenes. How do you prepare yourself when you're told, umeona script, today is the day, next week you're doing this? How do you prepare yourself in terms of what you're thinking in mind, even body wise, because they're not so much comfy scenes.
They're not, especially if maybe the person you're acting with is not cooperating. It's hard. Listen, mentally you have to be well prepared. For me, even when you're signing on the contract, this is what I tell actors: know what the job is about, know the JD, the job description. Am I going to ask those questions? Will I have sex scenes? Will I be kissing anyone? Now, when you're signing the contract from onset, you understand that I'm going to be having a sex scene. So mentally, you're already prepared.
Yeah.
So when you see a scene where you're doing ABC, you'll know, and you're well prepared, right?
Yeah.
Physically, just be fresh, be clean, even for the other party. This is what I say as an actor: give your body the freedom to do what it shall do naturally.
Yeah.
If it's a sex scene, don't overthink it.
You're thinking, let me tighten my stomach, pull my neck so that I look nice. And then you end up very uncomfortable.
Exactly. You look like you are straining.
Yeah.
Give your body the freedom. It will just go. It will just work itself out. If you've done this naturally before, it will just work out. Yes.
Yeah. What's the most challenging thing about playing the role of Maria?
Oh, yeah. So, Mariah has a very dirty past.
A secretive one.
No spoilers, but it is so dirty and it's broken. And actually, we have a younger Mariah.
Okay.
The younger me playing that role, because this is something that happened to me when I was in my teenage years.
Yeah.
So, actually, even seeing my younger self playing that role, I was like, wow, this girl is very talented. So playing that role for me was so hard. It was so hard. Like, I've never had to play this ever as an actor. This was so challenging for me. This is something that my director was telling me is even in the justice system.
Yeah.
it is not yet well in law that and women get that much support. So I had to really play it out for these women. It was hard. It was so hard.
And
so
draining at the
same. Listen, we started shooting Single Kiasi in November. And I told them I need a whole 2 weeks to just please think about this, get the energy right, mentally prepared. So they had to wait until now the New Year's for them to now put my scenes on the call sheet. Because it was a lot mentally.
You need to adapt.
You guys need to see that scene so that you understand. You understand the energy and the depth of Mariah, even as a person. She has so much. Her past is so broken. It's bad. It's ugly. And just giving it to you guys. And I wanted the audience to understand this is why Mariah is so defensive. This is why Mariah is so insecure. Because this happened to her. So I needed to channel a lot of energy for that.
So derolling from that, how was that situation? Since you had to take time to get into that particular character, then now coming out of that past, was it as heavy?
It was heavy. It was heavy. And I needed a lot of silent moments. I used to call my husband and be like, mtoto amelala, because I don't want to come to Sisi's noise. Not today. I needed a lot of silent moments for that. So it took about 3 days to deroll from that, honestly, because it was a lot of, I don't want to spoil this.
Dude, you can't spoil this.
This is something, even as a human being, I cannot do. It's immoral to do it. So I sort of do it on the show. I had to watch a scene from some movie. I will say which one, because now I'll spoil. And I had to understand. I needed to see that character and see myself in that character and be like, how did he pull that? How do you do something that even as a whole human being you cannot do, but here you are as a character playing it? How can I channel that? How can I be so unjust? How can such thoughts? And I needed a lot of silent moments. A whole 3 days for that.
Where?
Yeah.
Acting sio
Acha
mchezo.
kwa set. Guys were not talking to me. I was like, director, please.
Keep.
People should just keep off me. Yeah.
Hi, a decade. We've talked earlier and said Tabasamu was 13 years ago. Now, a decade later, you're back with Single Kiasi. What have you noticed? The industry has improved? Has it changed? What are you seeing now?
The industry has definitely improved. Even the quality of production that we are putting out there literally has immensely improved, 100%. The stories that we are telling, we're not shying away from telling real life stories that happen in our Kanairo. We are not trying to give you New York and you're in Nairobi. We're not trying to go to South Africa and Nigeria. We are giving real life stories. So the authenticity of our stories is 100% something I approve and something that we have improved even in our industry. Production wise, we are giving quality. This is something that you see South Africans are doing, and we are doing it here, and guys actually love Single Kiasi because of the quality.
Yes,
quality premium. We are not trying to do shoddy work here. We are serious about our craft. Yes, so we have really improved 101%.
Playing this scandalous role, Crystal, Mariah, what would you advise young girls going through hard times like the ones you went through, and they're thinking, kukua apa hivi socialite is the easier way out? Because the socialites, wacha tuache Mungu awasave hawa. But these guys who are going through tough times now, what would you advise them? This
is what I say. You have to have a source. Even when you live your life, there's a source to everything that you do. You wake up because you have a source of energy. You're getting your energy from a certain source or from a mentor of someone. So these socialites, I'm sure their mentors are Akina Beyonce, right? Akina Cardi B. Do they see the kind of work and effort Beyonce puts?
More than 110%.
Do they see what the effort Cardi B puts? So if
just to get that lifestyle.
Just to get that lifestyle, you have to put Jay-Z's. I mean, Beyonce bought Jay-Z a whole jet. Jay-Z si angejibaiya. Yeah. So your mubaba is giving you this lifestyle. What can you give your mubaba? Nothing.
That's the big question.
So that's it. All these young girls who want to be socialites and want to chase clout, and they're always on the gram, and they have no true identity of and purpose of who they are. That is wrong. Beyonce knows exactly who she is. She started doing this thing when she was 17. She's passionate about something. Something is bringing income to her life. After Jay-Z akimwacha, Beyonce will be Beyonce. Let's just be honest.
And I think the mistakes we women make is not seeing the journey.
Yeah, we
just want the destination pap, which doesn't make sense.
This is what I say again. You can't cheat the craft.
You can't
cheat the hustle.
No.
Hi, my God. You cannot. And then again, kuna Mungu. God, you wanna hiyo effort ulieka. Mungu aliona hizo effort nilikuwa naeka huko Mlolongo. Atasema, this one mtoto wangu ameteseka sana. Wacha nimpatie Kenya nataka. So as a socialite, as a slay queen, please find your purpose. Your purpose cannot be slaying. You cannot be born to slay.
No.
You have to have a purpose. What do? Are you a journalist? Are you a business person? Are you a makeup artist? Find something that people can. And there's so much respect women are given when they have something of their own. When you have your own backbone. You're given so much respect in the society. Your backbone cannot be posting pictures naked on the gram. People will disrespect you for that. People want to use you for that.
Yeah.
You know? So for the girls who are watching this, listening to this, please find your purpose in this life. It cannot be posting pictures on the gram.
No. I hope Meskia.
Let's get and make us young. Can they please change?
Let's get to the fun stuff. Sasa hapo social media naingia naona Minende huyo tumesholewa kitenge, tumedance, aka nice car gift kameroliwa in 7 years of marriage. It's tough. Marriage is not easy.
Marriage is easy.
It's easy depending on who you got married to, how well you know that person. But I cannot advise. I'm not married.
Boy, please. Marriage is easy, girls. Okay. Okay.
How did you meet this special person of yours?
You know him, no?
I know him.
You know him. How is he as a person? I like to ask people.
No, he's chilled.
He's
cool.
chilled, yeah.
You when you look at him and the artistic side, you're like, I don't think this is the wrong fit
for him.
Business wise, yes.
No, business wise, yes. Yeah. He's a good businessman. So I met Lugz. I call him Charles, but you guys know him as Lugz. I call him Charles. I met Charles 10 years ago. I was a presenter at KBC. And he used to roll with Jaguar. He was Jaguar's manager stroke his, what do you call it?
Business partner?
Hype man, whatever, business partner. And I was interviewing Jaguar at the time. And he used to work everywhere. He used to go everywhere with Lugz. Everywhere. Like Lugz.
Jaguar is here, Lugz is here.
Please. They shop together. So I was interviewing Jaguar, and I was the interviewee, and everything went well. Then we exchanged numbers. Then nothing much happened, but I think tuliangaliana tutuleza sasa poa hivyo, that's it. Then he says this is his story. He just saw me on the streets of Nairobi. So I asked him, niona kwa streets aje? Ulikuwa tu unatembea nikakuona. Wapi, when he was stalking me. Apparently his friends used to sell, remember when we used to buy CDs?
Yes,
50 bob, a movie. So his friend used to sell, he had like a shop somewhere in Moi Avenue. So I used to pass there after school, get my CD, my movie, go back home. So he was there, I think. So he saw me. Then he gave me a ride in his car. Hey, yo gari yake, where? I was like, where? Sawa basi. And I think she just got interested in me, started texting me, asking me, can we go for dinner, blah, blah, blah. And that's how I met Charles. And he was a fan of, he used to call me Wivina. He didn't even know my real name was Minne. He used to call me Wivina. Sasa Wivina, hey mambo, hiyo show yenyu kopoa. He was my number one fan. Like ata venye.
That's nice.
He used to know everything, even the giggle of Tabasamu. Imagine, I'm like, you're weird.
Kachia leader hapo hivyo. What made him tick for you? Like to commit to this guy? What made him the right one for you?
Okay, hiyo ni swali poa. Wow. My mind is going far. why it was a tick for him. One, he's my very good friend. Two, his commitment in everything. Charles says ya chakiti yote halfway. He even going to the gym sometimes I'm like sutakufa is like I have to go. His commitment and his commitment to everything, and he's been committed to me from day one paka sai. Wow. And then thirdly, he loves God. He shona mwanaume hardworking. Do you know my ex was
that's someone, a very nice trait to have.
My ex was someone who just wanted to stay at home, sleep, kuchana veve, you know. And I didn't.
Thank God only upgrade.
I know, but I was so young. Gosh. Okay, the ex before ex, yeah. So I think his commitment to life and to his purpose and to his dreams and his commitment to everyone he loves, and he's a true friend, a loyal friend, and you know his business acumen. You want someone who sees you, who sees the betterment of himself 10 years from now. You want someone who sees the betterment of yourself. He has sort of like a compass. You know?
Yeah.
And anaweza kudirect. Anyway, so that.
Him being a musician, an artist like you, and you in the same industry, does it make it easier or is it harder?
It makes it much easier because we understand each other. Being an artist involves a lot of long hours, like a musician, long hours in the studio, odd hours in the studios. Like, I don't know why people go to the studio at 3 a.m. But I understand because we are creatives. And creatives their minds are always up by 3. That's when
for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. So being in the studio at 3, him understanding that I'm leaving set at 3, waking up at 4. So it makes it much easier because we understand each other. Like there's someone is not working at the bank and the other is an artist. I mean, you'll clash a lot. Yeah. So it makes it much easier because we understand our craft.
Tushone kitenge, kuna white wedding inakuja.
You just have to wait to know.
Okay.
I'll leave it there.
We shall zip that one there.
But you will be invited. I will invite
you.
Yes.
I will be there.
You better.
What has motherhood taught you?
Hey, character development.
Character develop.
All my friends say, Minne, Simone humbled you. A lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
A lot of giving and not getting anything back.
By the way.
Yeah, it's a lot of giving. Patience is a virtue.
You have to.
Where? Patience is a virtue. And I have so much. There's so much. I've never known a bond like that. And I wish that to all women. I wish that to all women. It's
the best experience. You can't explain to someone. But you just know it's good. It's gonna be good and okay.
Yeah, it's like unconditional love. It's always there. That hug, that mama. Oh, it's the best.
And it doesn't waver
ever.
It only grows.
I know. So so much. And what am I like? Motherhood is a dream come true for me, and I think for every woman. So I think it's something that. I love being a mother.
That's nice. Lastly, you hosted, you were a TV host and you hosted a show on KBC and Katika on K24. Are you going to come back to hosting?
Oh, yes. I was actually talking to my manager and I was like, sana, minakuanga MC. People don't believe I do this.
I believe you do.
But you see, in all, like, every function at home, I'm the MC. Every function at those chamas, women things, I'm always the MC. So
it better be paying now.
Now it better pay. Yeah, it better trickle down to my account. It better. So I was talking to my manager about this. Better. Juicy too. Kamambia, tutafute hizi gigs I am seeing. I have something. I do this. Kanambia, Minne, you do? I do.
So the corporate ones?
Corporate especially.
Yeah.
There's so much longevity in that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Good coins too.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. So yes, I'm venturing into emceeing and hosting.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Anytime. I'm so happy.
Karibu tena.
Asante.
Thank you guys for watching the episode. Please subscribe, and then I will see you guys next week.